Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So here is my episode 22 trailer breakdown, and I just want to say that this episode looks very big. Episode 22 actually looks like it's going to be a pretty massive episode. There's a lot of things that they're going to be tackling here. A lot of scenes, and so yeah, there's so much to talk about here. So obviously, before we go any further, please be aware that this video will contain spoilers for episode 21. Yeah, really great episode. I actually had a lot of fun with that episode. It really set this up perfectly. Like, honestly, it set this up so perfectly. Also, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all my Walking Dead content like this. We only have 3 more episodes left, which is really crazy to think. Like, we got 3 more and then this show is over. And I just did a video yesterday saying that I was a little concerned in terms of pacing and whatnot, and I will say after the trailer for 22, if it ends in the way that I'm thinking it's going to end anyways, and I do think it's going to end this way based off of the trailer, I think, you know, I guess the general one that we got at Comic-Con, because there's some shots where you do see, I believe it's Ezekiel and others, I think Eugene's actually there as well, which shows that Eugene is going to get rescued. So I think that's going to happen in 23, which means that Eugene's trial is probably going to happen here in 22. And that means that there's a lot of stuff that's going to actually be happening in this episode. Like, I honestly think episode 22 is probably going to be the big one here that really wraps up a lot of stuff that we have a lot of questions about, right? There's some of the stuff with Alexandria, you know, and taking that place back and just what's happening there. There's some stuff with Eugene and his trial and all that. There's Oceanside. You know, there's quite a bit of stuff here that we're all sort of wondering about. There's some stuff with Mercer, too. You know, I think that's a big one, too. We see a shot in the trailer where you do actually see Mercer, and he just looks really intense. And, you know, for some reason, I just have this feeling that this is going to be the episode where he actually switches sides here. He's going to be on our side, and he's going to actually fight back and stand up to Pamela Milton. It just seems like that's where this is going here. So that's, you know, I think this episode could honestly be a really memorable one. I'm really excited for episode 22 here. Now, Battle of Alexandria looks like it's going to be a pretty main theme here. Like, it actually looks like they're going to be trying to take it back. There's quite a bit of shots that I'm really wondering what the hell they mean and just like how it's happening. There's a shot here of Daryl and Carol. Again, Daryl with the binoculars. Like, it's literally, he had them in episode 21. He still has them. We see a shot of Negan, and he's fighting a Commonwealth soldier. He's actually, I think he gets taken down right after he's trying to help Annie out. And man, Annie, I will say, I'm actually kind of surprised that she's still alive on the show, because I would have thought that she would have died already. It just seemed like that's what they were setting up. It seemed like at some point she was probably going to go. I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen. It still could happen. Like, it could happen literally in this episode, maybe the episode after or something like that. Like, I definitely am concerned for the character. We'll have to see where we're going here, but man, like, I really can't wait for these next 2 episodes here. We see some shots of Alexandria. I mean, this is so cool to see a Commonwealth soldier in Alexandria. I don't know if this is Rick's house or not. Like, all the houses look the same. I know at one point I could sort of pick and be like, yeah, this is Rick's house or Carol's house or whatever, but now I have no idea anymore. We have another shot here of Carol actually sneaking around in Alexandria, and no, this isn't that mouse episode where she was literally, I think, just looking for a mouse in that house the entire time. I think it was episode 21 of season 10. I think it was the bonus episodes or whatever. Man, that episode, I can't even believe they actually wrote that. But then we get some shots here that I found very interesting here, and this is of, I think that's Carol or maybe that's Maggie with Daryl here. They're going into the sewers here. So we know that they're in Alexandria, right? Like, that's where they're at. They're in Alexandria. They're coming here to take this place over. And the reason why I know that is because you go to a shot like this where you see Daryl with the binoculars. You go to another shot here where you do see his view with the binoculars, and you actually see Negan with a Commonwealth soldier and Ezekiel. Well, where are they right now? Obviously, at the end of episode 21, you would have saw that they were taken to Alexandria. So that means that they make it back to Alexandria. They're all outside of Alexandria now, and this seems to be where there's going to be this big sort of showdown here. But it seems like our characters need to get inside Alexandria, and how do they do that? Well, obviously the sewer system, and I think this is, like, honestly such a great callback to season 8 right here, because I don't remember the last time they've actually used this. Like, did they ever use the sewer system during the Whisperer arc? I remember that being, I think, a criticism of some of the stuff that happened in season 10. Like, I don't know if they actually went back in here. So this is kind of cool. I mean, this honestly is just giving me season 8 all-out war vibes. When Carl died, you know, there was that whole battle and stuff in Alexandria. They all had to go in the sewers. it's really reminding me of that. And just seeing that here, I mean, because we literally only have 3 more episodes left, I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if like there's literally a reference to him, if they mention his name when they're in there, because maybe just being in there reminds them of that moment when they saw that, right? So just a really, really cool epic scene here. I mean, man, it's honestly, it's going to be so cool to see. I hope that they do reference him a lot more here coming up. Like, there's just some stuff with Carl that I do miss a lot. So I hope that we get a lot more of it here. I do think we're going to. I think for the next 3 episodes, I really think they're going to be, going pretty hard on the references here, because you kind of have to. This is the point where you're starting to wrap a lot of stuff up, right? It's these last 3 here. So yeah, I'm definitely very excited for this, just to see a little bit here. And it's funny because we saw this shot before, but I just had no idea that it was connected to Alexandria, right? I thought this was just some random sewer, but now that we know where our characters are at, and obviously this is the trailer for episode 22, yeah, they're going in there because this is beneath Alexandria. So this is how they're going to sneak in. You go back to a shot of this with Carol. Obviously it does work, like she actually gets inside Alexandria. And it's not just Carol as well. You do see a shot here of Maggie. I believe Carol's actually here in the shot as well, because we did get another shot in a different trailer where you do see Carol and Maggie, and I think they try to kick this door down here. What's cool is behind Maggie is you do see a Commonwealth like banner, I guess. So it's kind of interesting that they've already changed so much of the houses up here. I don't know what's in this room. We'll probably see it just beforehand. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Which, I mean, speaking of banners and all that, there's this warden guy who is just like out of nowhere just become this evil character. I really wonder if there's more to this character. Is he Commonwealth or is he Civic Republic? I'm just going to throw that out there. He could actually be Civic Republic. He could be like this sort of, I mean, connection between the two, where he actually does work a lot with the Civic Republic, where, just because there's something about his demeanor that doesn't really remind me of the Commonwealth. Like, it doesn't remind me of like what the Commonwealth do, because technically what the Commonwealth do is a lot of what Mercer is dealing with, right? Like, Mercer's high up there in ranking. This guy right here doesn't even have a suit like that. There's just something off about him. I'm just going to say that. There's something really off about him and his clothing and stuff. Like, I just kind of feel like he would actually fit the Civic Republic really well. And he's literally, like, he knows so much about it. He knows exactly where these people are going, because maybe he's literally working for them, right? We have a shot here of Ezekiel, and he's being held by 2 Commonwealth troops. This is in Alexandria. I don't know if this is like right when they first get in there, like right when they first arrive to Alexandria. It kind of seems like it because it's a night shot. This could happen later on as well. Like, there could be a big battle scene that actually happens at nighttime. And so maybe this is connected, like they're going to either execute him or they're going to be bringing him somewhere, sort of thing. And then this whole thing just breaks loose, right? So I don't know. A very interesting shot, though. We have a shot here of Rosita. There's nothing really to read into. I just wanted to bring it up because, yeah, I mean, I don't know where she fits into all of this, but I do think she's going to be in Alexandria. Now, besides that, we do actually have some other storylines as well, like I was mentioning. So we do have this one shot. I believe that's actually Pamela Milton speaking with Yumiko and Eugene here. Based off of all the footage that we got, I think this trial is going to be just this episode. I don't think there's going to be this whole saga where it's like the trial of Eugene and all of that. I actually think this whole thing is going to play out here. I do think Eugene is probably just going to lose his trial here and just be sentenced to death, I'm guessing, right? Like, I don't think there's a way he's going to be getting out of this situation, because I think it just makes sense based off of the trailer, anyways, for 23, that however this ends, like, he's going to be getting broken out of there anyways, so like he will be fine. So that's why I think it's going to end badly, because I mean, you gotta sort of up the stakes a little bit here, right? And yeah, we see a shot here of Ezekiel. It looks like it's after his trial. He has a bag over his head, being taken back to his cell, which then connects with this one shot of Eugene, and he's crying and all of that. So again, I think he knows what his fate's going to be, but like, he's going to be safe in the end. But obviously for the character in the meantime, like, it's just one of those things, I feel like, with this arc, that they kind of have to wrap up this storyline. I mean, I guess this isn't necessarily a big one anyways, but this is something that, like, if we were getting a full season, this would probably last a couple of episodes, but because we only have 3 more left, they kind of have to rush it and end it really fast. But in a way, for this one arc anyways, I'm kind of thankful for, because I don't think there's a lot you can really do here, unless you were going to kill the character off, but obviously based off of the comic, I don't think you want to do that. We then get some shots of all of our other characters that we were wondering what the hell was actually going to be happening with them. We have some shots of Lydia, Elijah, and Aaron in the background. Now, the whole thing with them is that they're going to Oceanside. The last time we saw them was in episode 19, so this one's episode 22, so it was 3 episodes prior. The last time we saw them, they just dealt with these variant walkers. So I'm actually wondering if they're dealing with them again. It is possible. Like, they could actually be dealing with these variant walkers again. It would be really intense, but I could totally see that happening here. Which to me, I would really like, because I really want to see a lot more of that. But I think where this is going is, I do think they're going to be getting into an Oceanside reveal, because it's kind of time. Like, we're wondering what the hell happened to Oceanside, and we're literally getting nothing. Like, there's not a single thing here. I would honestly be so disappointed if these episodes aired and there's no Oceanside stuff. Like, I think that would just be honestly a massive failure on their part. I don't think that's going to be the case, though. I think they're going to give us the Oceanside stuff. It's a little hard to kind of see right now, because obviously they filmed so much stuff. I just wonder, you know, in terms of editing and stuff like that, if they've edited some stuff out, because maybe the story was just getting too big and too crazy. It just didn't really make too much sense, and it felt like disconnected. I'm really hoping not, just because, you know, like, our characters are going to Oceanside, but it's like, where are they? Like, are they going there? Why is it taking them so long? Like, it's taking them literally so long when Daryl literally traveled to wherever the hell. I guess he had a vehicle, but just like that, he's back in Alexandria next episode. So, like, I don't know why it's taken Aaron and Lydia and Elijah so long to get to Oceanside, but regardless of that, I do think we're going to be getting that Oceanside reveal. I think it's going to happen. It's going to be wrapped up and just be done with. And then I'm just, yeah, again, I'm going to be very excited for episode 23 after that, because then at that point, if the Eugene trial storyline, Oceanside, Alexandria, and just reclaiming that place, if all that is dealt with in this episode, we only have 2 more left here to focus on what really matters, which is some of the Civic Republic stuff. Finding out Rick's alive, that's like the most important thing, and just sort of ending this whole series here, right, and setting up the spinoffs and stuff. So again, I said I had some issues and some concerns with the pacing. I'm actually a little more, I feel a lot better about it now after watching the episode 22 trailer, after seeing where 21 went. I can totally see where they're going here. So yeah, I'm definitely really excited here. But anyways, I'm gonna leave it here. Definitely post our thoughts down below. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.